All right, there. Y'all can hear me? Yes, you have to get back down. Don Voltron Personal. Welcome to the channel. Got Smell Goods, District 120. What's the deal? It's been a little minute. You know how it is. Once we take a little time off, it's a little minute before all our people get alerted that we on here. But yeah, what's the deal? What's been going on? Uh, did anybody acknowledge any new degrees? Acknowledge any new degrees while we was you know, Black Justice. Dan Lab. I might have heard of it, but what does it do? I mean, I see you saying there, but like, what is there like a just a particular drawer? Guess we're in a little delay. The computer was acting up today. It could be the deal. We wait for a few more of our people to get in here. $140 beats per minute, F minor. Yeah, I still ain't get around to those kind of double time BPMs or whatever it is. Kasim Love still. Yeah, here just waiting for a few more people to come in before we deal with the topic there. Did you receive more gold in this live stream? Jade, welcome to the channel. Divine Truth. Looks like the alerts is going out pretty good. So we got any questions in here before we get to the before we get into the nitty gritty? Which we're going to stay with the kind of recent flow we've been on of keeping things simple. But when y'all ready, let me know. We can blast off from the record ship and start dealing with some high science. when it's time. You can branch out like that. Anyway. People are just bursting with energy. What's the deal, man? Is everybody y'all busy watching the playoffs on the other screen or something? Well, the question of today's live is did you receive more gold? Free cipher? That's the question for the day. Did you receive more gold? Or the live stream that is. Peace. So I guess we already went on ahead and got that stuff. So everybody don't rush the answer at the same time now. Yeah, you're right about that, Smell, because the supermarket is the move again. So Divine Truth said to the question, did you receive more gold? I would say no. What we earn in exchange for our labor is just paper. Freedom, welcome. So Black Justice said if your wisdom was born alive and added on, then yes. Anybody else? Anyone care to add on? Did you receive more gold? I got sincere. Said replace the G with the S. Sold more. So he said, smell goods. I am receiving more gold, making the wise decision to bring into existence that I know how to cook for who's self. That's some gold right there. Anybody else out there? Supreme Islam Allah. So yeah, we're dealing with the question already here. Did you receive more gold? So you said, as far as my pockets go, no sir. Bone dry, no coins. Anyone else? Oh man, Phil G. Whew. You gotta do the intro all over now. So this is about to get interesting. Phil G in the building. In the material world, we exchange labor for substantial gains. Anything less is uncivilized. The wise thing to do is not play yourself. In my case, absolutely. So you absolutely receive more gold. Anyone else? Anyone? Where's my high scientist at? So you know what's gonna happen, man. As soon as we get started, then everybody's gonna come in and go back to the beginning. Ravi said in all the history of Islam, when traders made interorientations, nary nobody ever received any metal except led in the wrong direction. So I guess, man, we're gonna start right here. Right, is you know, do you make gold or does gold make you? See, because you can say gold is rare, right? But a lot of things is rare. They don't necessarily make them valuable. Something can be rare, but then there's no demand for it. So yeah, gold is a is a substance, but it's also an idea. Like there's a certain size to it in terms of when planets is formed in the way that the atomic, the way that the atoms is formed, from these nuclear explosions. Uh, some atoms don't get formed until the end of the process, and so there's less of those. Those there's less of those elements in the planet, and gold is one of them. Then you got other things like diamonds that is a process that's happening here on the planet, right? So, that's why they rare. To a certain degree, there's a science to that too. But, like I said, there's a lot of things that's rare. Sand from the top of Mount Everest is rare. But I don't know what the exchange rate for that is. So, like somebody said, you can have pieces of paper, that if we agree on that idea about what the value of it is, then we'll exchange goods and services for that piece of paper. So back to the question, everybody don't rush to answer at the same time. Do you make gold, or does gold make you? See, because this is a part of the science right here, right? When I always say that, we say we give people the knowledge, but really we bring the knowledge out of you. See, that's the difference between the people who study their lessons, right? Not memorize their lessons. The people who study and build, right, is people who understand that, 120 is not making them who they are. They're making 120 what it is. See, if you realize that 120 is a tool, right, to where, you could gain some greater understanding, right, depending on what you do with it. You see what I'm saying? Because to some people, right, this goes for 120 and this goes for gold, right? That could be a curse. A person with a whole lot of money and they don't know what they're doing with it, that could be a curse. And a person with 120 lessons and they don't know what they're doing with it, that could be a curse. Robbie is crazy. So Phil G said, we are the goal, and with knowledge applied, our value is shown in proving how we utilize knowledge itself determines our fair value. Like Justin said, we make the gold, we are the maker, the owner, the creator of the planet Earth. You said, I make gold every time I gain an understanding of something I can apply in my life and utilize it properly. All of these things, right, is the goal, right? But see, Phil G hit on the Phil G hit on something right here when he said we are the goal. See, because that's a certain level you got to understand right now, right? Or look, in your own due time. But see, You know, the black man's body itself, man, is the home of our God. See, the elements that's in the earth is in the body. See, like I said, the original man, our body came with the universe. We didn't come. There wasn't no process that happened on the planet, and then we turned black. We wasn't cursed. The curse of Ham, none of that. So everything else in the universe, and you know, I came to be in this form it is right now. That's the same thing with the body. 793rd. 793rd. Let us know when you catch up. You ain't got that long today. It's only you only got 20 minutes to catch up. So you should be up with us pretty soon. But is everybody following what I'm saying so far? Divine understanding. Yeah, see, you missed the gladiator part. We was dealing with the question, did you receive more gold? But since then we proceeded a little bit right now. I'm seeing if everybody is on pace with me. Is everybody anyone? I guess everything must be crystal clear today. So let me ask this question to see if y'all understanding what I'm saying, right? So Kasim said we did not until knowledge was made born to us. Okay, so let's let's go with that, right? So when you said, so what happened when knowledge was made born to us? Like, what was that amount, right? When you received that gold, how much they cash out you? What do you mean in particular when you say, you, know, when knowledge was made born to you? that at that point you receive more gold. Smell good said, I seen the light, this knowledge is free. I was told I won't need to tithe or be made to have an offer. You said the goal is the knowledge of self. See, this is what I'm saying. The goal is self. See, just that you got arm, leg, arm, head, right? You know, you moving, you know what I'm saying? You got your potential, right? Is is to is infinite. You know what I'm saying? It's only gonna be limited by your mind. You understand what I'm saying? And see, the realization of that is what you got with the knowledge of self, right? But the actual goal the whole time was you. See, I'm talking about even in the system, right? When you look at the 136, right, it's telling you about, different aspects of the slave trade, right? What was the goal? Like what was the thing of value? It's not the stuff, it's the people. So you can't even get the stuff without the people. He says self with knowledge, because I surely was savage without. I mean, now look, there's an element of that, right? I understand what you're saying, but check this out, right? Gold got to be refined. See, sometimes in the raw form, it's not prepared for exchange. So that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We prepare ourselves, to be a currency in society. Where people could go to you, people could come to a love, man. You know what I'm saying? They get in school or whatever it was. See, like, look, you can go to college, right, and get whatever degree, but you gotta be able to use it. The real goal is not the degree. The goal was you the whole time. And like I said, with knowledge itself, we come to realization of that. You see what I'm saying? Like, see, even the 85 that's out there, right? He doesn't know that he's got the mind himself. MINE. Mind, like when you dig into the ground and you get out valuable elements, I'm saying. That's what all of us had to do. Our born power said, my old man returned yesterday, and there's no place I'd rather be than with my universal family. I most definitely need this. Peace, Almighty. I mean, yeah, I've been there recently myself, man. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them things though where you know, it's positive and negative in every atom, right? You got protons, neutrons, and electrons. You know what I'm saying? And so uh, like I was just saying in terms of us being the goal, you know what I'm saying? Us just being in existence, having the right mindset and all of that, you know, uh, we made it this far. Like we made it this far, you know what I'm saying, with knowledge of self. That, you know, it's that time, you know what I'm saying, where, a lot of things that I started, at 15 or 16, 17, 25, I haven't seen the people that I started that with in decades. You know what I'm saying? But, to have the knowledge that long that, you know, you're losing people, you know what I'm saying? That's not necessarily a good thing, but it's a blessing to have made it that far, dude, this far. Like Justice said, the goal can be metaphorically speaking when wisdom goes through the math and is born complete and in working order, your understanding of your ways and actions as a cipher. Let me read this again. The goal can be metaphorically speaking when wisdom goes through the math and is born complete and working order, your understanding of your ways and actions as a cipher. See, this is what I'm saying. You got gold, like the color gold. You know what I'm saying? If you give somebody a piece of paper that, you color gold, right? They're not gonna find value in that. And see, that's what that degree, it's in there. It's about the things of value that we gave up for things that wasn't of value. And that's mentally and physically. You know what I'm saying? Like, see, here in New York, we like when you in social studies class, when you learning kind of like state history, that's one of the things that you learn is that they bought Manhattan for, I think it was $24 worth of beads and pots and pans. Like the Dutch, when they landed, they traded $24 worth of beads and pots and pans for the island of Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Even to say in terms of, you value something, but what do you value it for? Right? There's some things that I value that's the best part I keep for myself. It's priceless. Right? You got worthless and you got priceless. So see, in that interorientation, we agreed to trade things that was priceless for things that was worthless. Yo, what's going on, man? 6th July. Been a minute, man. Peace to the black man. He said, I see gold is only value because we place a value on it as we place a high value on knowledge of self, but for some it has no value because they don't place a value. Right, that's what I'm saying. Some of the people that they encountering, they not really looking at gold as uh, a means of exchange like that. You know what I'm saying? Over the years, right, we've seen uh, a lot of different things be valued as a means of exchange, right? But the value was not necessarily in that thing. The value was really in your own mind. You see what I'm saying? Like the power of the mystery God is really in your own mind. It's not the words on the paper that's making you get on your knees and pray at the altar. Like if you never like right now, right, I could go to a different country and they got some guys, they might have it painted on the wall. But because I don't know who that is, it doesn't have any power in my mind then. So it doesn't have any power over my life. See, because we got to look at this from the standpoint of, right, we already chosen for ourselves the best part. So see, you receiving the knowledge of yourself is really the signs of you got off your search of trillions of years. You got off your search. Like you ever been looking for something and it was in your pocket? I remember one time a brother, he left my rest, right? He comes back, he's like, yo, I can't find my phone. So, he's thinking he left it there. So we start calling the phone. And we call the phone, it's showing him. See, that's what searching for the mystery God is like. See, that's what making that into orientation, right? You know, going along with all of that, that's what that is. See, remember, and look, it was, you had the yellow brick road and all of that, right? Symbolic of gold. But remember, what's the name of that book? Uh, The Wizard of Oz. Remember how in The Wizard of Oz, everybody was looking for something that they had inside of them the whole time. Like she's looking for a way home, and she got the shoes the whole time. This guy's looking for courage, and you're already a lion. So, you know, did I receive more gold? You know, I realized I always was the gold the whole time. See, they work opposite with us than they do with the yellow metal. See, they keep us buried while they dig that up. Allah. So, I think we escaped. We got through, but we'll get a paragraph from Allah, I'm sure. He said gold symbol is AU and atomic number is 79. And of this is indeed found in the original man. No paragraphs today, but you had the JOB. Yeah, but getting back to you see it's layers and layers in this, man. Don't just skip over that 136. Like you could just look at it on the at the face value. This is a story about the slave trade, but you gotta really see the knowledge in there, man. I seems I'm from the South and I got knowledge of self in Medina. So when I came back to Charlotte, first I got accused of trying to talk like I was from New York because now I'm saying peace God. I finally knew who I was. I mean, you know, uh, you know, that's the seeds of teaching right there. You know what I'm saying? And the seeds of, regulating your atmosphere. See, that's how you be successful. See, a lot of people that, you in a different place. And look, this is an example of what I'm saying, right? You in a place and you like, yo, it's not a lot of guys here. That's because you're not realizing that you're the goal. The piece of steel with magnetic, right? That's what gold is, right? It's a piece of steel that got magnetic, right? Not magnetic that it attracts other metal, it attracts people. So see, that's what it is, right? When you come in the atmosphere, right, and you say peace, see, motherfuckers realize, all right, hold up, what's that about? That's just is that, look, because they don't know. So they might say that. So that's some New York shit you came back with? Or would you think all right, see, I don't want to hear that. I'm gonna go over here. See, that's how you start to repel all that bullshit away from you, man. And then the people who is interested, right? The people who, right, when they hear that, see, like I said, the knowledge got to be in you. So when they hear that piece and then that sparks something, because I might not know what that's about, right? But I know I'm not with these people over here. Not. So let me ask you, what's that about that you doing? But that right there, that's at the core of it. See, because that's people beginning to see a difference in you. The difference in how you speak in your language, that's a difference in you. You see what I'm saying? And so now you the GOLD, right? That the people down there receive, or anywhere else that the people, what I'm saying? Don't let me limit where you could be the GOLD at. You know what I'm saying? And help people get to a GOAL. I said they'll say you've been reading them books. I mean, look, uh, people that don't know don't know. See, in those times, once upon a time, when you came to get the knowledge, that was the first thing brother said to you. Why you want the knowledge? What you makes you think you want to do this? And a lot of people would say, yo, I want to learn the truth and all that. This is the absolute truth. And brothers would say, well, if you don't know what we're dealing with, how can you say it's the absolute truth? Now you can say, of course, what I experienced so far, has been true enough that I'm ready to see what the rest is about. But just saying that, using that as example, just to say that, yeah, people, they don't know. They'll say you've been reading them books until you start to do things that's not in them books. See, that's where the 5%, that's where we keep them. They don't, they try to, as soon as they think they got us pegged, right? Then we do something that's not in 120 lessons. You know what I'm saying? It's not mentioned right there on the paper. Right? They don't have the well-trained third eye. They don't have the well-trained third eye where they can see into the fine mist of 120 lessons. So when they just look at it on paper, y'all Muslims. You see, that's where we showed them that the GOAL wasn't to get the paper. See, that's what I'm saying is the difference between people who get the 120 lessons, like this is salvation. And you get the 120 lessons, you know what I'm saying? You go down to Staples, you get the nice copies, get it laminated, you get a special binder for it and everything, and you keep it at the lab. Got 120. Before you go out in the morning, you rub the front page. You come back, you sit it out here on the table, you put your candles out, burn your incense. It's not going to do nothing. If you got the 120, like you thought, okay, now, yeah, I've been saved, tickets to heaven, tickets to the mothership, guaranteed. But if you realize that no, 120, lessons is just tools, right, to help you dig in mind into your own self. This is why. See, you can see, like I said, one of my best examples is Dumont, because Dumont can tell you the story of Three Little Pigs in a way that showing prove the black man is God. The way he used to break it down, was through the ideas, right, that these people had and was manifesting, that caused them, you just looking at characters, animal characters doing what they doing. But all of these characters from what the character is. Like I never saw, when I was watching cartoons, right, there never was an owl that was dumb. Like that was just a part of the role, right? The owl is wise. So there's a certain idea that even, if it's a fox, if it's sheep, so see in the Three Little Pigs, right? Pigs is, they slobs. You know what I'm saying? In terms of you ever seen, where they exist and how they exist, right? But so these Three Little Pigs, though, they had to make some place to live that was suitable. You know what I'm saying? The wolf, who that character is, and the idea. So see what I'm saying by saying all that, right? Is that's why some brothers can, Arabi, he can come out the Quran, right, and give you the wisdom and understanding that's in you, right? The best part. Or brothers can, speak from the Bible and give you the wisdom and understanding from you. You know what I'm saying? Brothers can speak from dietary law or, physics, whatever it is, right? Because it's not the material, it's you. Every year, they show and prove that in the education system. Everybody goes there, you sit in the class, but then see, one only learns what one teaches self. So now what this person is absorbing and what that person is absorbing, that's based on them. They had the same material, the same teacher. You see that, in families. Where, do you know any of those families, right? Where you got one brother or sister or, maybe multiple, right? That they work in the highest levels of government. And then they got a brother that's doing life. Same parents, same house, same schools, same food. It's because all that stuff is having an impact. But the main factor, right? The main factor is you. So, like I said, people with a lot of gold, right? that could be a curse to them if they don't know what they're doing with it. And so now we get to what y'all saying, which is, okay, now if you ain't got the knowledge of self, you got all these powers and potentials. But how are you directing it, right? How are you using your power to bring about the good equality or the bad equality? The good equality or the bad six? 7 Dow. Welcome to the channel. He said, did you receive more gold is a question about an additional aspect. The only additional aspect of God can use is the best is a refined earth. Wifey is the way to enrich the kingdom. Yeah, but see, that's only going to be based on you. See, that's in the Bible. See, in that biblical story, that context right there, see, Adam ain't know he was the GOLD. Not saying that that's what you should do right now, but just saying that, see, Eve was made from Adam, from his very desire, right, to have a companion or whatever, right? So see, when she ate the apple, Adam was supposed to kick her out. And when God came back and said, why you got clothes on? He was really supposed to come back and say, where's Eve? And Adam was supposed to say, yeah, I don't know what the deal is, man. She ain't listen. How you get rid of her, man? I got take a rid from this side this time. He said gold was the theme of yesterday's NFC Championship game. You haven't really sports is not what it used to be to me. I don't know what it is. The games have changed too much, so I haven't even watched the playoffs. So you said I got started with my refinement, power, equality. Hmm. Uh, when I found the culture, never knew it existed. I guess in my own foot time, got it now. All praise due. Is that uh, you know? Sometimes you got to break things down in simple terms for me. I don't understand what this means. You started your refinement, power, equality, and I found a culture never knew it existed. I mean, you know, uh, they continue daily. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's an active, I don't know if the word is movement, you know what I mean, but there's people that make it their business, right? That individuals don't know that they go. You said I went to church, never designated. So let me ask you a question. Seven Thou. Is English your first language? Because we might just be having a. I might not just not be understanding what you're saying, basically. Divine reality, have time. S. Reeves. So yeah, we've been. We started with did you receive one goal? You know what I'm saying? But there's layers to that. You know what I'm saying? Because see, like I said, once you realize that you are the goal, right? You know, that foundation right there, right? Now you gotta start looking at that in all aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, you know, let's look at another example, right? You know what I'm saying? You the father of civilization, right? Okay, it says that in a degree. And maybe you even have a black woman, right? And you have a child, right? That child teaching the science. But then, in other aspects of your life, you the father of death, hell, and destruction. You the father of devilishment. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what your value is in that world. So see, when we got to study our lessons or we look at certain aspects of the history, when Allah said, look, get an education, you know what I'm saying, job, trade, business, all these different things, because you gotta be prepared, right, to be gold in the different ciphers that you go. So that the people that there in that cipher, when they said that they received more gold, yeah, the Son of Man came child 8 in the name of whoever you are. But if you can't produce no aid, then you need to go back with Elijah Muhammad because he got that kind of program. It's not even bad. I'm telling you, that's what it's there for. For the people that don't see, so you got to stay on the program. See, when the messenger brings a message, right, and you understand the message, then you just say, "All right, thank you for the message." Tell the brother I said peace. But if a messenger brings you a message and you don't understand it, now you gotta keep questioning the messenger. Well, how you got this? Well, where it came from? Well, when he said it, what kind of facial expression? So you got to keep questioning the messenger because you didn't understand the message, right? And then sometimes the reason why the person don't understand the message because it wasn't for them. So you walk in, you say, "Yeah, Phil G said for you to do that right there." The person's like, "Who's Phil G?" The message wasn't for them. See, that's what Elijah Muhammad do. That's what he prepared you to be the GOLD that people can receive when you go out there in your endeavors. He said, I'm seeing how hard it is for individuals to really define themselves in such a regal way. The hardest thing for them to do is renew their minds. See, that's because it rained, hail, snow, and also thunder above their heads. See, this stuff that's happening above their heads, right? Mentally and physically, right? Meaning they don't know what's causing that to happen, right? So, you know, it's you know, it's part of the scientific process, right? For you to say, okay, if things is coming from up there, right? Maybe it's something up there that's causing it to happen. It's not a ridiculous idea. See, that's one thing. Now, where it gets separate is once you start, you get to the religion phase where now you're promising people things that's outside the realm of reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I see the analogy right now when you're dealing with technology. You know, there's a scientific part, right, where you try to analyze, what's going on and how can you make these things easier and better and faster, et cetera, et cetera. But see, now they've gotten to the point where they promising you that you can not have to go according to the laws of physics and chemistry and biology, et cetera, et cetera. We got some technology that we can overcome that. See, that's where you get into the religious, look, by 2050, you're going to be able to chop your head off and just got to act to put it back on. See, this language is the same. You just put 2050 instead of just saying, one day when you die, you know, this home in heaven will be secure for you. It's saying that, look, you might don't make it though, depending on what it is. Like, look, we might have this. We working on this. We gonna have it together by 2100. 2000 in the year 2100, we'll be able to do this. And the shit is totally against the laws of physics. See, you can do the same thing with this knowledge. Supreme justice. So, being that I know y'all people and didn't plan on being here, we're not going to do the late night session tonight. So do we have any questions? I'm gonna risk we got Phil G and Alamel in here at the same time. But I'm gonna go ahead and risk it. I'm gonna go ahead and risk it. Plus today I think that was a little bit of got a little bit we did a little bit of building. Man, Phil G, this is like a what's in that home. Let me see. Phil G doesn't have a question. Let me see if I get. Listen, you can't beat that. You cannot beat that. We have, built on a mathematical level that even Phil G does not have a question. The magnificent. That's going to tell you another thing about this live. We haven't had, hasn't been crazy. Whoever that person is that keeps making new names and stalking me, we haven't seen them. So, we don't want to skate too far out on thin ice. Anyone? So, I guess if that's it, we can call this one a little bit early. We can call this one a little bit early and take it down because, of course, we got to be back tomorrow. We had a couple weeks off, but we back in the pocket. So I guess we'll do the last call right here for any questions, and we'll start to wind this one down. We had a couple new people. Hopefully, y'all hit the subscribe button. Everybody that made it this far, make sure you do the each one teach one. Hit the like button. Supreme Justice, you receive more gold when you put in the work and are successful at it. The undertaking is the duty you undertook, and the labor is the work you put in while having is the work you put in while having it. Yeah, uh, much of it that is coincides with what we covered. You know what I'm saying? Indeed, is that people got to realize that the real mining of the gold is you realizing your full potential. And all these things, you know what I'm saying, whether we, is only valuable because of how we value it. Like, look, Supreme Jess, I don't know if you remember this. I know 793rd remembers this. We talked about this back in the days. You remember Pet Rocks? Does anybody type 1 in the comment box right now if you remember Pet Rocks? So yeah, you remember Pet Rocks. Does anybody else remember Pet Rocks? So Free Cipher recalls Pet Rocks. For those that don't recall, at some point that was like it was like commercials and everything. Like, these days they got kids channels, where they just put commercials on there for oh no, you talking about the Chia Pet $7. But yeah, they had commercials, but back then, commercials for toys started coming on like after Halloween. You know what I'm saying? It started coming on after Halloween, and they was advertising this thing called Pet Rocks, and it was a rock, right? And the kid had he had a leash on it and everything, you know. And as a kid, I'm looking at it and I couldn't understand, like, yo, what Pet Rock? If you like, is it? I'm trying to figure out, is it something special about this rock? Remember, I'm the same little kid that's trying to figure out, you know, when you pray, when you go up to the altar and you pray, right? What God's voice sounds like when he talked back to you, like what he said. Like anytime we used to be praying, I used to ask everybody, so yo, you was talking to God? What he said. So that's why I'm trying to figure out this too. What's special about this rock? I don't get it because it's rocks. It's rocks outside. But this thing was like a craze. It was like that was like a year or two. I can't call it when Pet Rocks was popping. So just saying that people can place value on anything, and the value is not necessarily intrinsic to that thing. It's in your mind. Yeah, sea monkeys, all those type of things. Right. You got that. Yeah, back in the days, the comic books is where they advertise that the back of the comic books was pretty much the internet back in the days. That is correct. So yeah, like I said, uh, everybody do the each one, teach one, hit the like button. We're gonna go ahead, take it down, get some rest for the day, and we'll be back in the pocket tomorrow. You know, of course, if anybody thinks of a question, I asked several times. If anybody have any questions, if you think of any, put them in the comment sections of the video after we complete, and we'll pick up on that tomorrow. In the meantime, in between time, I'm signing off and say peace.